Imagine you walk into a grocery store and pick up a loaf of bread. It has a price label and you head to the checkout. But by the time you get there, the price has doubled. You complain to the cashier, but in the time it takes to argue, the price doubles again. This actually happened in Argentina during the 1980s. Inflation was so out of control that prices could change several times a day. Life became chaotic for millions of people. But what's surprising is that Argentina wasn't always like this. At one point, it was among the richest nations in the world. In the early 1900s, Argentina's economy was strong. Its capital, Buenos Aires, was called the Paris of South America. Argentina had vast fertile lands, known as the Pampas, perfect for farming. While Europe industrialized, Argentina became the world's breadbasket. It exported beef and grain around the world. British investors built railways to move goods from farms to ports. Millions of Europeans migrated there, hoping for a better life. By 1914, almost 30% of Argentina's population was foreign-born. Immigrants helped build a modern, wealthy society. In 1906, Buenos Aires was described by the New York Times as having the beauty of Washington, the wealth of New York, and the hustle of Chicago. Argentina was admired around the world. But all that changed after the 1929 stock market crash. Global trade collapsed, and Argentina, which relied on exports, was hit hard. Its economy slowed. To survive, the country tried to become more self-sufficient. They used high tariffs to protect local industries. But this made goods more expensive and hurt the economy. Unlike countries like Canada or Australia, Argentina closed itself off from global markets. In the 1930s, Argentina's troubles grew worse. The economy was weak, and in 1930, the military overthrew the president. This ended 70 years of democracy. Political chaos became the new normal. In 1943, another coup happened, and soon after, Juan Perón came to power. He promised to help workers and give the government more control over the economy. He nationalized railways, banks, and utilities, and raised wages. At first, people supported him, but his policies were expensive. The government spent more than it had and began printing money to cover the gap. Inflation started rising. In 1955, another military coup removed Perón. From then on, Argentina went into a cycle of instability. Governments changed often. Each one did the opposite of the one before. This made long-term planning impossible. Investors pulled out. Confidence was lost. In the 1970s, Argentina suffered even more. A new military dictatorship came to power in 1976. It became the most brutal in Argentina's history. Thousands of people disappeared. At the same time, the government reopened the economy to foreign goods. But the local currency was too strong, and imported products were cheaper than local ones. Argentine factories couldn't compete. Manufacturing collapsed, and unemployment rose. Debt increased fast. The U.S. raised interest rates, making Argentina's debt harder to pay. Wealthy Argentines moved their money abroad. The government printed more money to try to keep up. Inflation exploded. Prices rose so fast that people rushed to buy goods before costs jumped again. Families hid U.S. dollars in their homes, afraid the peso would lose value overnight. The country was in a downward spiral. By the 1980s, Argentina had hit a breaking point. The dictatorship collapsed and democracy returned in 1983. But the economy was in ruins. Inflation was over 400% a year. The new government tried many plans, but nothing worked. By 1989, inflation hit 5,000%. Prices changed every hour. Workers' pay lost value before they could spend it. Riots broke out, and people looted stores just to survive. Amid the chaos, Carlos Menem became president. He shocked everyone by supporting free market reforms. He sold off state companies, opened the economy to trade, and in 1991, he pegged the peso to the U.S. dollar. This stopped inflation for a while. The economy grew. People bought imported goods and traveled abroad, but the strong peso hurt exports. Local industries couldn't compete. Argentina couldn't print money anymore, so it borrowed instead. Debt kept growing. By the late 1990s, unemployment was high again. In 2001, the economy collapsed. The government froze bank accounts and defaulted on $100 billion of debt. Riots erupted. In just 2 weeks, 5 presidents came and went. The country was in chaos. Poverty exploded. The middle class became poor. Argentina, once among the richest, was now in crisis. In the 2000s, global demand for soy and beef helped the economy recover. But the same old habits returned. The government printed money again. Inflation crept back. In the 2010s, debt grew and investors lost confidence. Argentina defaulted again in 2020. By 2023, inflation passed 200%. That's when Javier Milei, a libertarian economist, was elected. He carried a chainsaw as a symbol to cut public spending. He promised to dollarize the economy and shut down the central bank. Supporters believe he can end the cycle. Critics fear more chaos. Today, Argentina's GDP per person is the same as it was in 1913, 100 years of economic failure. Can the country finally break the cycle? Or is another crisis just around the corner? Thanks for watching InvestingFlix. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. For more expert insights on personal finance, investing, and wealth building, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out.